cherry on the top. Oh, they'll stumble upon this cherry on the top. Just gotta know it might take forever, might take forever, but it always comes. We wait on these rainbows together, that moment where the rain meets the sun. Oh, that moment where the rain meets the sun. Gotta say, today's not far from perfect. No doubt we're pretty close to bliss. I've been around enough to know for certain. Ain't no way every day can be like this. No, ain't no way every day can be like this. Just gotta know it might take forever, might take forever, but it always comes. We wait on these rainbows together, that moment where the rain meets the sun. Oh, that moment where the rain meets the sun. This is not a time to count our blessings. This is not a time to raise a toast. This is a blessing we'll be counting, toasting someday when we need it the most. Oh, someday when we need it the most. Just gotta know it might take forever, might take forever, but it always comes. We wait on these rainbows together, that moment where the rain meets the sun. Oh, that moment where the rain meets the sun. Yeah, that's sounding good, huh? That was Rainbow from my new record that was 2 days away from being mixed and finished when we went into quarantine. I'd probably have vinyl by now. We were about to send it off to the master, and it's just a cruel world. Cruel world. Well, we got Dad here on the Zoom. We had a little bit of technical difficulties, so I'm going to let a little time go by and give people a chance to get in here before we start the game. I've been hooking up new pieces to the spaceship. I'm breaking my own rule. I was like, all right, just hook up one piece at a time, so when we fall from the sky, we'll know what brought us down. And today I hooked up like 3 things to this plane. I got loops. I got loops for days. And that I got hooked up to my pedal for my guitar. All right, now here's where I got a little carried away. I have this microphone now with a harmonizer. Wake up when I wake up, sleep when I lie down, eat when I find food, drink when drinks around. I wake up when I wake up, sleep when I lie down, eat when I find food, drink when drinks around. I'm reaching out, Oklahoma, oh Montana, just outside that door. When I reach Wyoming, won't you make me a pallet on your floor? And I wake up when I wake up, sleep when I lie down, eat when I find food, drink and fix around. Wake up when I wake up, sleep when I lie down, eat when I find food. Wondering what makes a drifter, wondering why he won't stay. It's a simple matter of physics, and physics, the truth's impossible to say. But some night, somewhere, some star, it streaks across the sky, and it's on that one you make your wish. On the rest, you're just wondering why. I wake up when I wake up, sleep when I lie down, eat when I find food. Wake up, sleep when I lie down, eat when I find food, drink and juice around. Yeah. I gotta say, this is one of the smoothest test flights I've ever had, especially with a new rocket pack and everything. So fun. Check out this amazing video that our good buddy Arno Baker just shared on Facebook today. Pure genius right here. Love this guy so much.
On a day not so long ago, from a place beyond the Middle East, there was a new kid on the block, wanting to play tag with us all, and as it stood there all alone, it wondered, will anyone come out to play? Fill my house with solitude. I lock myself up in no man's land. Shelf toilet rolls, watch Groundhog Day. State will pay. Basic income is the best outcome. I just cook and eat and slap the meat. Smoke some weed and keep lonesome. Quarantine will save my skin, and this is how I win. Who's afraid of the big bad flu? The big bad flu, the big bad flu. Who's afraid of the big bad flu and what it can do to you? Open the door and let me in.
I fill my life with peevishness. You bring some rounds, a 22 cal will clear our grounds. A gun on my hip, a fling in my hand, deny, defies. God is my witness and life is my right. There's light at the end of the tunnel, but the tunnel is fake news made up by the Jews. Righteousness will save my skin, and this is how I win.
Who's afraid of the big bad flu? The big bad flu, the big bad flu. Who's afraid of the big bad flu and what it can do to you? And I will huff, and I will puff, and I will blow your house down.
I build my bed with chemistry. Take vitamin C, lemongrass, and ginger tea. Trimethanol, miracle minerals containing MMS, colloidal silver. I shoot some solvent, hydroxychloroquine, and I take a happy pill. Chemistry will save my skin, and this is how I win.
You're no fun! You're no fun! By the hairs of my chinny chin chin, I will get in!
Of the big bad flu, the big bad flu, the big bad flu.
Well, I'm not afraid.
The big bad flu and what it can do to you. Who's afraid of the big bad flu? Big bad flu.
Oh my goodness, that is so crazy. Arno Baker, he plays with Andy Frasco, and he recorded the song for Andy Frasco's podcast, the World Saving Podcast. I forget exactly what it's called. I'll get that right, but so good. And then he said I recorded the audio for Andy's podcast, and then I got carried away. He's in quarantine, so then he made a video for it. Well, folks, thanks for being out there. We do have Dad here. Well, let's just go right and say hey to him right away. Here we go.
Hey there.
There you are.
Yep.
We're trying Zoom for the first time, which I think is going to look even better.
I don't think I look any better. I think I look. Well, I did add a backdrop.
You look way better. Your lighting's better.
I thought I dressed it up a little bit. I took the blanket off the chair on the porch and put it behind me, and it gave it a little color. So that's all you get this week. We'll add a little bit each week. I have flamingos ordered, but they haven't come in yet.
Flamingos? You mean for your like on a blanket?
No, just some flamingos to walk around.
Some actual flamingos. That'd be
great.
Yeah.
They had a sale on them on something I was on last night. And you know how it is early in the late night. You just start ordering things. I ordered 2 pink flamingos.
That's awesome.
I thought I could let them go down at the park when I'm finished.
They could use some flamingos down there.
Oh, it would be beautiful. Be a beautiful thing. Yeah.
The local park we have here in Stanton is really quite a thing to behold. Oh, I thought it was going to switch to. I'm still learning Zoom. If anybody has any hot Zoom tips in the chat, I will take them. I thought it was going to switch to me when I started talking, but it didn't do that. Is there a way to make it do that? Oh, I don't want to see those buttons at the bottom either.
There's a yellow line that comes when you start talking.
Yeah, that part's working.
Yeah. Kethra hasn't done a yellow line yet.
How do you do that? Oh, see, and every time I hear...
Every time you say something, it comes back to you.
All right, I'm still experimenting here.
But I don't know about how you...
Oh, wait, Jeff Millers can help me.
Good.
He says, you have to be on speaker view for it to switch. That's what we're on now, but it's not switching.
Speaker.
Pin video just to see one of us, but it's not switching. What did I hit? It was switching earlier. I could have sworn.
Yeah, I wasn't always in this corner. Yeah.
Well, Dad, your lighting looks better. Everything. Your backdrop is nice. I'm giving
sober.
It up.
Yeah, that's good. My hair's I haven't taken a shower in some days. Thank goodness we don't know what day it is, but next time I'll try to shower the day of.
That's one public service we're actually providing here is reminding people what day it is.
That's right.
There's some people out there that know it's Wednesday now.
Yeah, I do, because it's the only day I have anything to do.
Me too, pretty much, except for crack the case on Monday nights. But even that is not necessarily in stone.
Did you do that one this Monday?
Yeah, we did. Chad joined us and Shannon joined us, and we cracked 4 cases and brought up the sun.
Well, you should have told me. I didn't know it was coming on. I might have woken up. I've been keeping weird hours.
Well, you should definitely check in on all your weird hours just on my page just to see if I'm live.
Right.
Because I never know either, but pretty much every night.
Well, do you want to get started, or what are we doing?
I actually want to solve this speaker view mystery, but while I'm doing that, you can tell people the rules. Does anybody else have any tip out there why the switching to the speaker thing isn't working here on my Zoom?
Right. The rules for this game are that we play 3 rounds. The first round is 10 questions. They're 1 point each. And then we have a scorekeeper and a score pad. And the second round is 6 questions, which is 2 points each. Mm-hmm. And then the third round is 4 questions, 3 points each. Rules include, if you answer one right and get points, you have to sit out the next question. Just can't play. You cannot participate in that one. Nathan takes the first correct answer he sees on his chart, and he'll elaborate on that. And the winner, do we have a prize this week, or is it just going to be honor? Or
the glory might be the prize this week.
Yeah,
I always like that as a prize, anyways. But maybe I could do something special to glorify them. Like I could come up with a template video with trumpets blazing and their name and their profile picture.
There you go. I think that's all we need. Just give them a bigger profile.
And then I could play that. I could just have that built and ready to go, and then play it from time to time throughout the week. Looking forward to the next time till that person is dethroned.
I like that. They don't need our merchandise anyway.
And we don't need to go to the post office. Exactly. All right. I'm just a little sad that I can't figure this out. I wonder if it wouldn't be because I'm using a microphone. Speaker view. Hey, nope. Gallery view. Speaker view. Is something pinned? Oh, unpin. Hello? Nope. That didn't work. Unpin. Hold on. Hello? Nope, that didn't work. Speaker view. Gallery view. Speaker view.
Should I hit something over here?
No, I don't.
Shared screen.
No, you don't want to do that. It's got to be on my end.
All right, I'll leave it alone.
There's something I've done. I've hit
something you haven't done.
Or something I haven't done. There's pin video. That's not pinned. Not pinned. Not pinned. Wait, Christy says I had it. When did I have it? I still don't have the update on the YouTube situation is I'm over 900 on the way to 1,000, and but I haven't gotten there yet. But there's this other rub of 4,000 viewing hours. But right now, there's some conversations going on with YouTube in terms of merging all my channels into one, and then the different things would become shelves. So that would merge all my viewing hours and all my subscribers into one under one roof. And that I don't know. I have no idea. I've had that my personal Nathan Moore YouTube channel for a long time. And maybe there's a couple of videos on there that were watched enough times that it would be significant in hours. I haven't even looked at that. But once I get to 4,000 viewing hours and 1,000 subscribers, that's the plan, is to launch the YouTube channel. And all these shows will become legitimate worldwide YouTube broadcasts, not just on our circle of friends here on Facebook, but on YouTube all over the world. So, yeah. Okay, Google it will be going international. Now, wait, I'm going to see if there's any more tips in here. Yeah, you can see Cather's screen too. See, I'm getting the green there. There's green. Now you talk, Dad.
What's that?
See, the green went to, so it can hear both of us. Now, how do I get it so it zooms in on whoever's talking? That'll be so sweet. I think it's worth it to see if somebody knows how to get me there. Yeah, this isn't an audio thing. I'm not worried about. I think we're fine there. I just wanted to focus in Zoom. It'll blow up the picture of whoever's talking. Somebody out there knows how to do it. Hey. See, here's speaker view. I hit speaker view. Now you talk, Dad?
Well, I think we ought to start the game.
Well, I'm just trying to get this working great, so it's really awesome.
Yeah, but if it takes 3 hours, the show's over.
If it takes 3 hours, it's worth it.
I saw this same bit on Andy and Mayberry this afternoon, and you're playing Barney.
I'm actually completely comfortable with that role.
Well, me too. I love Barney. Yeah, I could easily have said you were Andy, but
no. Andy, that's a lot of Andy's hard work. Barney just comes natural.
That's true. Andy, they were having a fight with the girls tonight. It was quite an interesting. That was a great written, very well written show. You know, to develop plots like that in a short time and still throw in some humor. It was well done.
It really was well done. Oh, wait. On the view you were just looking at, boom, speaker view, it just happened. He said it just happened. Did it? Hello?
Nothing happened for me.
Hello?
I didn't feel anything.
Check. Test 1, 2, 3. It's not doing anything for me.
Well, we can continue. See, my point was we can continue working on this while we start the game, so everybody just doesn't wander off.
I wish I was that kind of intellect. I mean, it sounds good. I like the sound of that, absolutely. But no, these are two things I couldn't do at the same time. That's like rubbing my tummy and patting my head. But I am willing to give up now. I just gave up.
Oh,
that's okay. I'll figure it out before the next show for sure. I guarantee you.
I don't want you to give up.
I guarantee you.
I wanted to throw out a couple questions so people get into the game.
No, once we start the game, I got it. I got sound effects to make and all kinds of stuff.
All right.
And I got to keep track of the answers, and I messed that up so many times. I'm determined tonight to be just at my
So this is the
peak
way it is.
performance.
You can't put yourself in the bottom because everybody wants to see you more than a piece of paper.
Well, no, we're at the top and the paper's at the bottom. So,
Well, I'd say the bottom looks bigger to me. Maybe that's an optical illusion. I would
it
think
might
you
be
would
an
want
optical
to.
illusion, but I'll be doing
I
that.
would
I'll be
think-
doing this a lot, just going back and forth between us.
Okay. All right. You just tell me what to do.
But boy, see what I was trying to make happen. Like, are you looking at your phone right now?
No.
All right.
Should I?
Well, no, you don't have to. But
I was looking at you and
But-
you could have seen me looking at you.
but right now it's all like it's you, and it's a nice shot of you, and there's a nice shot of me, and there's a setting in Zoom where it'll switch back and forth based on which one of us is talking. And that would just be, I would be so free then. I would not have to worry about changing cameras. It would be really, really awesome if it was just working, but it's not. So instead, when you start talking, I have to go down here and click on your face and make sure it's you, and then weird menus pop up.
You don't really have to do anything.
No,
just
we
read
could
the
just stay.
question.
We could just stay.
I don't need a close up to read a question. Just leave
Yeah.
me like,
Well, you are not co-producer of this show. I'm
No, I'm
the
not.
Hollywood producer here.
well,
Man.
okay.
So
Are we ready to
I'm just
start?
trying to get all my cameras on the show. You're the talent. I'm the one producing the TV show version of this thing.
Well, the talent says that we were supposed to fucking start at 8:30.
Oh, I know how you talent are.
It's like you don't think we have another life. Like we don't have places to go and people to meet after this.
Well, that's one thing I am respecting, though, is I know once we start playing the game, if I started doing this, then I would be a complete ass. Now I'm just a little bit of one.
That's a matter of opinion.
All right, well, let's enter the world where there are no opinions anymore. In the world of OK, Google it. If you're out there, if you're just tuning in, we're about to start the game, and the first round will be 10 questions worth 1 point each. Second round will be 6 questions, 2 points each. Third round will be 4 questions, 3 points each. If you get one right, you cannot. If you win a point, you have to sit out the next round until the final round. So those are the rules. First right answer in my chat. Everybody's chat is different, so don't get too upset if it looks different on your end. Everyone's chat is different. And so my chat will be the ultimate decider, and I think we're ready. Do you have a special theme or anything this week, Dad? Where'd these questions come from?
No, the only thing I've got that's new is that I was given a gift by some family members of some trivia questions from a box of trivia questions that's 80s music and one that's 90s music. So I am going to read some of those,
Nice.
none of which I read through them all, and none of which I knew the answers to.
I was wondering about that.
That was it. Well, I think the obvious thing was that the other song things were, I think you could argue that instead of being trivia, they were more like ancient history
Right.
for a lot of your friends in your age group. I was talking about stuff I grew up with, but the stuff you grew up with was 80s and 90s. So
Yeah,
I think that's cool.
last
I
night
can learn.
was-
I can learn. In other words, I can learn about the 80s and 90s, which somehow I seem to miss because I think I was just out in the country listening to my own music and
You definitely
walking along the
were.
river.
You
Yeah.
were really into your music then. But I mean, there was a lot of cool stuff going on still too. I mean, Tom Waits was just really coming into his own, and there was still a lot of good music that you were into in the 80s too that was new, and
Well,
Jimmy
I'd
Buffett
like,
and
yeah. Yeah, I'd like to explore that more because, like for instance, when I started listening to what the radio calls 70s music, it sounded a whole lot like late 60s music, the hippie
Right.
music. But it was early and mid 70s, really, a lot of that music. So that was interesting. So in the 70s, I was hearing 60s music. In the 80s, I was hearing 70s music. And then after that, I just stopped listening to music. And it wasn't, if I'm going to school and I don't have anything but a radio, I was listening to a country station. So when I got home, I was putting my albums on. So I just never ran into it. Wasn't like I thought it was horrible or didn't like it. I just didn't know it. I was
Right.
just another one of my chosen ignorances.
Well, you remember what defined the 80s, right? I was talking about this last night on my show.
Define the 80s. Well,
MTV,
disco.
the birth of MTV. I was talking about how I was there when video killed the radio star. And for, I was like 12 years old or whatever when that 82, 83, when MTV started. And then it was
when was the disco time?
Late 70s.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Boy, I don't do years very well.
It's all blurred together.
Yeah. Question number one.
All right, here we
Now,
go. All right, we're going in.
Yeah, this is a hard question to type in, I think. But if you give me the idea, you'll get full credit. You don't have to explain the whole thing, but here we have in the city of Stanton, we're big Shakespeare people because of the Shakespeare, our playhouse downtown. It brings us a lot of notoriety and people coming to see us. But the question is, and this is also bird feeder time. I've got so many friends with birds, so this is a bird question. Why do some, not all of us, blame the presence of those nasty starlings at your feeder on William Shakespeare?
Why do we blame the starlings on William Shakespeare? Is that did I say it right?
That's good enough.
It's so funny because we were blaming starlings earlier today, in a way, like because we were talking about whether or not something was a catbird, I think, and Kethra was like that one was a catbird, and then something landed on the feeder, and I was like, is that a catbird? And she's like, no, that's a starling, and it was the way she said starling. I was like, well, you don't like starlings, do you?
I just nailed it, didn't I, Kethra? You hate when those starlings, you just don't get one starling. And if you get one that's happy, you'll have 20 there. And they're just the most obnoxious birds that were ever invented. And what do they have to do with
Henry
Shakespeare?
IV.
Does Kethra know?
Oh, she's not, her mic's not on.
Okay.
Henry IV?
Well, what about Henry IV? I think that's right. Yeah.
Is that right?
I mean, that is right. But
right.
I wanted to have an explanation of what Henry IV has to do with it. Is that person able to write out an answers on the chat or something?
Probably, yeah.
What's she mean by Henry IV? Explain. To get full credit, I need an explanation.
Wait. The next answer was Carl Mead, who says Hotspur in Henry IV taught the starlings to torment the king.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you want to give whoever said Henry IV, let's just do that because that's what Google's going to say. But there's a better story that I'll tell. Maybe that's why I asked
Melissa
the question.
just included the quote, "Nay, I'll have a starling that attacks the king."
Well,
that's so funny.
All right. Yeah. Well, here's the story. Do you know the story?
No.
You know what story I'm getting ready to tell?
I have no idea.
The reason we have starlings is that there was a Shakespearean society in New York City that at one of their meetings decided to import all of the birds from England And I'm not sure what year this was. It was like 1882 or maybe 70. I don't know when it was, but I think I have 1882, but I can't remember. I don't do years. Maybe somebody can look that up. But they passed a rule that what their goal was at the end of that meeting was to have every bird that was mentioned by Shakespeare living in New York. So they would bring them over and release them into Central Park and try to get them to, they're songbirds, birds that they knew and wanted to preserve. So they brought over a bunch of starlings, 20 starlings.
Wow.
And from those 20 starlings, there are starlings in every state in the union, and I'm sure they're in Hawaii too. So I think they're probably everywhere.
That's
from
amazing.
Isn't that an interesting story? So that's why I asked that question, because I wanted to tell that story.
So what theater troupe brought these murder hornets?
That's a good question. But
what show is that? The Angry Inch?
Yeah, and of course we all know that even back then there were conspiracy theories then. So I'm sure this might have been put down as a some type of conspiracy theory.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Fake news.
All right. So we're ready for question number 2.
Yes, sir.
What is the largest internal organ?
What is the largest internal organ?
And I'm thinking that's probably by mass.
By mass, huh? Okay. Large intestine.
No. That's what I would have said.
Liver.
Liver is what I have on my answer plate.
Liver is the right answer. Clayton Moody on the board with liver.
All right.
Wow. That's bigger than the large intestine, huh? Or is that not an organ? Is the large intestine, would that be an organ?
Well, it's a good question. I don't know.
Bigger than the lungs?
Well, so I say density. The lungs have a lot of capacity, but it's mostly air, you know. Alveoli.
Clayton Moody on the board. All right, question number 3.
Number 3. Who wrote 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea?
Who wrote 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea? Verne? Verne, is that right?
Yeah, Verne.
Verne.
Jules Verne.
Verne. That's how I could get myself beat up by making that mistake in real life. Oh, sorry, Verne, of course.
You tell him you've been.
Verne goes into a Starbucks. Verne, your latte is.
Well, if he looks French, I think it'll work.
Right. So that's Carl Mead on the board with Verne.
Verne. Yeah, that's Verne.
Hey, hold on. A quick tip for Ron Rice just said, wait a minute, people are answering before the question has started. And there is an issue with different speeds of internet. This is a measure of many different things here on OK Google It. But there is apparently reports that if you refresh your app or whatever, or if you're watching on your computer, refresh Facebook, refresh the stream, and you'll get caught up closer to real time. All right. Question number 4.
Oh, I'm going to the music box. All right. Which band were responsible for the Friends theme song, I'll Be There for You?
Mm-hmm. Which band is responsible for the Friends theme song, I'll Be There for You?
They had a hit song. I can't remember what it is. They
That
were
one
like
was
one
sort of
hit.
a hit song. That was
Well,
like,
that was a hit, but I mean, they had one really good popular song.
but that also sort of broke new ground for theme songs as far as radio play, because there's been a lot of theme songs that were great songs. In fact, most classic shows had great theme songs. But Friends was the first time that it was actually, you could hear it. I think, I could be wrong about that. I feel like it was like a hit as well. Okay, we got answers coming in. Gin Blossoms.
No,
The Rembrandts.
Rembrandts is correct.
All right, Clayton. Wait. That would be Mike Wolfenbarger. I'm going to give you, I see what you did there, and that looks like a honest mistake. Mike Wolfenbarger with the Rembrandts. A lot of right answers coming in, just not in time. It's a race. Wait, Bill DeBlonk points out that Hawaii Five-0 theme was a hit. Right,
Well,
an
so was
instrumental hit.
Route 66.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking of a couple others while you were.
Yeah, I wouldn't even have known like the older shows because I wasn't hearing the radio then.
Right. The theme from Peter Gunn was a famous one.
Oh, I don't even know.
Henry
I don't even know
Mancini.
that show. Is that worth checking out?
Oh yeah,
Peter Gunn.
he was a Dashiell Hammett type detective.
Who played him?
Oh, good looking guy. He didn't. He was in the middle of his career back in the 60s, so he didn't last long into your generation. I can't remember offhand.
Gotcha.
All right.
Ready
for the next
yes,
question? Sir. This will take a little while to say, but it's got two answers. What was the name of the actor who played Mr. Howell on Gilligan's Island, and who was the cartoon character he is known for playing?
Wow. I like this one. I don't know, and I'm dying to know. What was the name of the actor that played Hal?
Mr. Howell.
Mr. Howell on Gilligan's Island, and what is the cartoon character that he was famous for playing?
Both of them.
Need both answers.
By the way, I was thinking a little while ago that I could start a little online business of my own to selling stuff. And on Monday nights, I could sell these questions to people.
Oh, that's true. Little black market.
Yeah, a little black market.
Ooh, Mr. Magoo and Jim Bacchus.
Correct.
Mr.
Jim
Magoo. That's classic. I didn't know that.
Oh. Yeah,
I've seen every episode of Gilligan's Island, but I didn't know that he was Mr. Magoo. I don't think I really watched Mr. Magoo, though.
He wasn't. The show wasn't very funny.
Mm-hmm.
The voice was funny, though.
Right.
All right. We ready to move on?
Yes, sir. Here we are on the board. It's Carl Mead with a slight lead. It's still anybody's game. Melissa Daly, Clayton Moody, and Mike Wolf. Oh! All right, here we go.
What president is quoted as saying, "You can tell a lot about people by the way they eat jelly beans"?
What president said, you can tell a lot about people by the way they eat jelly beans? How do you eat jelly beans?
Me?
Yeah,
Yeah, are you asking me?
I'm asking you.
I used to throw like 3 in my mouth and crush them up in the back of my mouth and then let it go around and then swallow it.
All the same color?
No, I just threw them in.
Just willy-nilly.
Yeah, I just grabbed 3.
It was always a surprise.
I did like certain colors. I had plenty of options, but if you're just handing me the thing of jelly beans, I just grab 3 and throw them in my mouth.
Right. Do you avoid any colors at all? White ones? Licorice
I
can
didn't
really
like-
mess up a fruity experience.
I didn't like the white ones, and I didn't like the black ones. There's something like broken about them. They were like, they ought to be colored.
Yeah, the black ones. See, if you get that in the middle of like an orange and a yellow, it's going to be a party. What's a buzz killer? You got to watch out for the landmines. You get blackballed reaching in that thing of jelly beans. Okay, so we got some guesses here. Richard Nixon.
I believe that's correct. No. I'm sorry.
Ronald Reagan.
Ronald Reagan, yeah.
Yeah, right answer. Kristic Hevencr Cross is on the board with Ronald Reagan. That is correct. Good job.
Alrighty.
Oh yeah, I'm with you, Aaron. With the Jelly Bellies came. See, it got worse with my generation because we had Jelly Bellies, and they were really going for it with the flavors, and they had like buttered popcorn and all these ones. You really had to start being more careful if someone handed you a bowl of Jelly Bellies. You really wanted to think about which ones you grabbed. Whereas in your day, it was just the licorice one.
Yeah.
That was the one doing its own thing. Okay.
Well,
Sorry.
yeah, it wasn't so much the flavor, just the color
Mm-hmm.
of what you would put in your mouth.
You ready?
Like white seemed bland.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't even know what white is supposed to be.
What question are we on? I'm ready for it.
We are on. Let's see. Let me look. This will be question 7.
Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Who wrote the novels Jitterbug Perfume and Still Life with Woodpecker?
Who wrote the novels Jitterbug Perfume and Still Life with Woodpecker? Tom Robbins. Bill DeBlonk is on the board. Congratulations. Tom Robbins.
Yeah, classic character.
You read all of his, didn't you?
Oh yeah, he was one of my favorites for a while there. He had a very strange mind.
Is he
I
your,
used to-
is he your
yeah.
age?
Probably, yeah. But I'm pretty sure he's not with us anymore. This is what I used to say about Tom Robbins. He wrote the best paragraphs that were like novels, and he wrote the worst novels that just were jumbles of paragraphs. So he was page by page.
He's a bit of a
He would
poet.
he would get inspired and just go off and just had to stay with him for a while.
Right.
And he'd eventually come back most of the time. Unlike me. All right, here we go. We're ready?
Yes, sir.
Let's see. What fictional character said, if you eliminate all that is untrue, that which is left must be the truth?
Who? What said?
What fictional character?
Oh, what fictional character said, if you strip away everything that's not true, what you're left with must be true? Is that, did I misquoted?
You didn't you interpreted it
Right.
fine.
Okay.
You didn't catch
Say it again.
if you eliminate all that is untrue, that which is left must be the truth.
Uh-huh. Sherlock Holmes.
That is correct.
Bam.
I
Carl
thought that
Mead.
was you yelling it out.
That would be bad for him.
Yes,
I wouldn't
it
put it. I mean, it could happen. I have to be very careful. That's why I have to keep my wits about me here. Carl Mead, I do believe, was the first Sherlock Holmes in there. I love thinking about how Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, who invented Sherlock Holmes, was also like a huge sucker for mystics and fraudulent spiritualists that took him for all kinds of money.
Yeah, that was an interesting time back in that era because science was just getting started in a lot of ways. Science was a rich man's son's hobby at that, and it was really an interesting time in science.
Yeah.
And you see there's that same person that's very logical on one level is totally mystical in the other, in another way.
I mean, it seemed to be not completely unhealthy either.
Well, there was just, and the doors are still open, but back then the doors were wide open. And, there was not a lot of evidence to support any one theory. So there wasn't that much science around to base a lot of stuff on. So it was an interesting time. All right, I'm going back
Okay.
to the 80s music.
All right. I'll try not to shout out the answer.
For whom was it raining men in 1984?
For whom was it raining men in 1984? We're not on YouTube yet, Aaron. Working on it. Maybe it will be faster. I wonder if that'll be curious. Diana Ross?
No.
Village People.
No. What was the question?
The Weather Girls?
The Weather Girls is correct.
Whoa, we got the right answer. I did not know that. I still don't know that. Melissa Daly, staying in the game.
I did not know that either.
The Weather Girls.
Yeah.
I feel like we should YouTube it right now. Village People is pretty good, though. You should get half a point for that. Okay, so it's the final, I believe, let me check. I believe it's the final, yep, it's the last question in round one.
All right, you want another music one?
Sure.
1980. Who had a hit with It's Still Rock and Roll to Me?
Oh, I know this one. Who had a hit with It's Still Rock and Roll to Me? Billy Joel.
Oh, yep. Oh, Billy Joel, definitely.
Boy, Billy Joel was such a huge influence on me. That looks like Bill DeBlonk with, wait, am I right? Yep. What's Sayberg? Does he have a last name? Is his full name actually Billy Joel Sahlberg?
I don't know.
Might be learning something new there. Everybody knew that was... Oh, sorry about Sahlberg. It was an auto tag. Did you just invite your friend to the game? Look, we have Billy Joel Sahlberg in the chat now. He's going to come and win this thing. Well, that was a fun round.
Well, yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, good
What are we
question.
going to do now? Can I take a little break here?
Absolutely.
And,
I got some stuff I can share here.
all right, I'm going to pull the TV. Well, I'll just leave it up, but I'm going to be around.
All
But
right,
you're
we'll
going
be
to
right back with.
you're going to shut me off, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. You can
Yeah.
just leave it
All right.
going. Just,
Okay.
so let's see here. Got some good gold in the folders here. Always love playing our dear friend Willie T. Taylor, and he put out this video recently for his song "The Nurse." And, he put on Facebook asking everybody that was a nurse or knew a nurse to share a picture with him of themselves, and then he strung them all together and made this video for his song "The Nurse." Here it is, Willie T. Taylor.
Well, I'll never stop dreaming, for my dreams found a place tucked in the corner of that smile of your face, so wild and so free, so selflessly given, so absolutely just crazy about living. And we come to you tired, and we come to you weary, and we come to you broken down. You say, come gather near me, and I lift you up. Yeah, I'll fill your cup, don't you worry about a thing. And you dance like the fires, and you think like the wind, and you feel like this river, so we all jump in as we run to you tired, and we run to you weary, and we run to you broken down. You say, come gather near me, and I lift you up. Yeah, I'll fill your cup, don't you worry about a thing. Ways we should thank you. Well, that list, it goes on. May you forever be the beauty in this song. As we crawl to you tired, and we crawl to you weary, and we crawl to you broken down. You say, come gather near me, and I lift you up. Yeah, I fill your cup, don't you I lift you up. Now fill your cup. Don't you worry about a thing. I wake up early in the morning. You might not like talking to me. I need coffee just to be able to make coffee. I wake up like a cat up in a tree. Some folks rise and start shining. They're all ready to seize the day. As long as they keep their distance, everything just might be okay. I wake up early in the morning. I wake up early in the morning. You might want to head for the hills. I wake homeless with a toothache. I wake fired with a stack of bills. It's my chance to be bitter, and there's plenty to be bitter about. I wake wise to the wicked ways of the world, and I snarl and I grimace and pout. I wake up early in the morning. Let's not disagree. I got a feeling something's coming to shed its grace on me. And pretty soon I'll be laughing. Call it faith, call it a hunch. But I know magic happens, usually sometime around lunch. But I wake up early in the morning.
Today's episode of OK Google It is brought to you by Hill Rexall Drug.
Prescriptions are compounded as carefully as can be at the Hill Rexall Drugstore where delivery is free.
They're specialists in vitamins.
Drugs and sundries there galore. So go to Hillford, Hill Rexall Drugstore.
Well, that's right. Come on down to Rexall Hill Drugstore. It's the only store open in town. And because of that, we've decided to add a few pool tables, serve yourself bar, and the best jukebox in town. Come on down to Rexall Hill Drug. We'll see you there. Oh, bad timing.
Prescriptions are compounded as carefully as can be at the Hill Rexall Drugstore where delivery is free.
They're specialists in vitamins.
Drugs and sundries there galore. So go to Hillford, Hill Rexall Drugstore.
And we're back. Thank you, Rexall Hill Drugstore, for sponsoring the show. And we appreciate the free gifts in the green room. And we're back. You with us, Dad?
Yes, I am.
All right.
I am back.
Round number 2. It's still anybody's ball game. We had somebody comes from behind almost every week, so it's still anybody's game. If you're just tuning in, these questions are now worth 2 points each, so you can be in first place after 2 right answers. Now, if you do give it a question right, you have to sit out the next question. If you get a point, you have to sit out the next question for this round, and 6 questions total, for a total of 12 points. And Dad, you are on.
All right. Question number 1. If your mass is 180 pounds on Earth, what would it be on the moon?
If your mass is 180 pounds on Earth, what would it be on the moon? I feel like we did this question.
It does seem familiar, doesn't it?
But that's all right.
That's all right.
There's lots of ways. There's lots of ways to know things.
Yes, there certainly are.
That's 30.
Incorrect.
100 pounds.
Nope.
Wait, what is it? If you weighed how much?
I said if your mass is 180 pounds on Earth, what would it be on the moon?
89 pounds.
What is it?
89?
No.
And you're sure it's not 30?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
60 pounds.
I read it in a book.
60 pounds?
Nope. This is funny.
180.
That is correct.
Whoa. I don't think we did do that question before.
No. Yeah. Well, what I'm trying to teach everyone today is the difference between mass and weight.
Ah.
Think about it. Last week, it was weight.
Uh-huh.
So when you go to the moon, you have 1/6 of the gravity pulling down on your mass. So you weigh less, but you still have the same number of particles that you had when you left. So you know you haven't really lost any mass.
Mass, right.
So that's the difference between mass and weight.
It looks like Aaron Powell was the first right answer there. Good job. There's some 180s coming in now. You got me. Well done.
Yeah.
Touche.
Yeah, you walked like a little bug into my trap on that one.
I sure did. Yep.
I thought of you when I made that one up.
That's good.
Okay. Number 2.
Question number 2.
Thresher and bull are 2 types of what?
Thresher and bull are 2 types of what? Oh, wait. The scorekeeper is saying that she saw Tracy first. Let me see where Tracy is on this list. Oh, that's because they didn't put in a number. You are right. Tracy just said the mass is the same, but the weight changes. So that is the right answer. I was just looking for 180s and missed that. Wouldn't you say, Dad?
I was just listening to you. I don't remember saying anything.
No. There was an answer before the one I gave the point to that wrote out the mass is the same, but the weight changes. That was their answer.
Well, that would be right.
Right.
That's exactly.
I was looking for the first 180 in the chat.
Right.
And missed that.
Sure.
Okay. Absolutely. All right. You're on the board, Tracy. Here comes Tracy.
All right.
Okay. Now we're ready. Oh, did you already say
that? Don't we have a question on the board?
That's what I'm wondering. Do we?
I thought I asked one.
Question 2, right?
The thresher and the bull. Did you get an answer there?
Right. Thresher and the bull are two types of what? We're back on.
It was an old
There's
detective sitcom.
here's.
Thresher and Bull.
Oh, really? Sharks.
Correct.
Oh wait, it looks like someone beat you to that though. Clayton Moody looks like the first shark I see. Yep, I believe it is Clayton Moody with the shark. Way to go, Clayton. Alrighty.
All right. Ready?
Yes, sir.
Number 3, I think.
Number 3.
Crossword puzzle word, 4 letters. Woody's son.
Crossword puzzle word, 4 letters. Woody's son. Arlo. Oh wait, no. Yep. Clayton is not can't win 2 points in a row, but that is the right answer and it's coming in. I think Clayton won the last one, right? I'm pretty sure. So Carl Mead with the right answer. Arlo Guthrie. Did you ever see Arlo perform live?
No. I watched him on television, but never in person.
He
was in the area not too long ago.
Didn't he play at the Shakespeare Theater here in Stanton once?
I'm not sure. He played somewhere close by.
Mm-hmm.
He played over in Waynesboro here not too long ago.
Waynesboro?
Yeah,
wow.
At their area. Yeah, he was there.
Wow.
$75 a ticket, as I recall. But there you go. Are we ready?
Yes, sir.
To go on? Are you ready to move on?
Yep.
Math question. 2 cubed plus 2 squared equals blank.
2 cubed plus 2 squared equals blank. I would not get this. I wouldn't. Oh, maybe I would. 12.
Correct.
Bill DeBlonk with the right answer. Wait a minute. 2 cubed plus 2 squared. So cubed is just times 4?
A cube it's times itself. So if you cube it, you're timing it itself 3 times. So it's 2 times 2 times 2.
That's a cube?
That's 2 cubed. That's 2 to the 3rd power, meaning 2 times, well, not the 3rd power, but yeah.
That's
means
not 2 to the 3rd power?
That is 2 to the 3rd power. Yeah.
Right.
It's by itself. And when you use a decimal, scientific notation, you use 10. So it's always a decimal place. But so 2 squared is 4.
Right.
A lot of people get 2 squared right, but don't get 2 cubed right.
Yeah, I would have thought 2 cubed would have had something to do with 4.
Right. Or, well, it does, because 2 times 2 is 4, and then 4 times 2, but I know what you mean.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people will add it instead of multiply it.
Right.
And get 6. So there's that. Okay.
Good question.
Moving on.
All right. I believe this is. Are we?
Is this the last one?
Is this 5 or 6? This is the last question.
All right. What Confederate cavalry officer was known as the Gray Ghost?
What Confederate cavalry officer was known as the Gray Ghost? That's sweet.
Are we on? What's going on?
The answers are coming in. Lee.
No.
Mosby.
What?
Mosby?
Mosby is correct.
Right answer. Melissa Daly. Mosby is that? I don't even know that name.
Well, there was a little Western sitcom of the Gray Ghost when I was a kid. I'd love to see old ones of that. That's how I remember him. And I read a book about him, and he was he worked in the Valley. I think he was going to maybe VMI or somewhere.
Wow.
When the war started, when the Civil War started. And so he became a cavalryman and just moved up with Stonewall Jackson. And he ended up being like a guerrilla war, when none of the armies were around. He was trying to mess with everybody along the line.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was raiding behind the lines and do stuff and create havoc. And so there's great legends about him in the Shenandoah Valley of the Gray Ghost.
The Gray Ghost.
Lieutenant Mosby, John Singleton Mosby. All right.
So that was
ready.
I think that was
that it?
I think that was it for round 2.
And so what do we have? Round 3 is what? 4 questions.
4 questions. Yep.
Right.
Let's see
Well,
where see where we stand in the race.
Let me find the 4 I want to do, and I'll
Okay.
be back, or you, whatever.
So we got Carl Meade is still in the lead, but only by a narrow margin. He's got 5 points. Melissa Daly right behind him with 4 points, side by side with Bill DeBlonk, also 4 points, followed by Clayton Moody with 3 points, Christy Hevencr with 1 point, Mike Wolfenbarger with 1 point, and Tracy with 2. So it's still anybody's game. The third round is 4 questions. And I believe there's no rule in the third round whatsoever in terms of having to sit out a question. So the fourth round will be worth 12 points to whoever can get in there first. I might be speaking out of turn there, but I think that's what we decided last week.
It's true. Yeah.
Okay. So there's going to be 4 questions, each worth 3 points each, still anybody's game. A cube definitely has 6 sides for sure, but I still would have thought when something was cubed, for some reason I thought 4, like times itself 4 times. I don't know why I think of that. Because it's square.
I don't either.
A cube is square as well. It just seems like a...
Well, a cube could be, yeah.
I would never think 3. I definitely would never think 3.
Yeah.
For sure. I would think 4 or 6.
I can understand your feeling that way, but the only thing one thing it does indicate is that you didn't take too many math courses.
No, as few as possible.
Exactly.
I probably should have taken more, but it just wasn't my nature.
No, it's all right. That's just what was going on then.
It's so interesting how people are born like that, like people that are math geniuses and stuff. It's such an interesting thing. How people are born, just gifts in general. Like somebody sits at a piano and they're like, "Oh my God, I'm 7 years old and I can play, I can play amazing piano." It's just so interesting that we're born with gifts.
Yeah, but there's other ways to look at it too.
Well, like what?
Here's another way to look at it. You could look at it this way too. That everybody's born exactly the same, but in terms of usage of energy, you choose different places to put your best energy.
You think that's
Because you
true?
can't cover everything. But if you're like a genius in one area, that's where you're putting all this energy, and that's what you become, and that's what you
You
learn.
don't think you
So
decide to put your energy there because you see that you're a genius in that area?
I think it could be. I think it's a mixture of both.
But
I
there's
think it
got
can
to be
be.
a spark of
I think.
genius
I
to
think.
begin with.
I think there's a. Well, there's genius in so many different forms that genius is just a part of it. I mean, I think a lot of people live and die being geniuses about things that they don't know
Now, that's a
exist.
big part of my theory, too. I do believe that is true.
So people think it's just whatever people think about is what they become, and some weird thinking going on these days.
That's for sure. But I still
But it,
believe in being born with a gift like that. Like, if you take it to athletics and things, like, you can't just necessarily decide what your gift is.
no, we're born with physical limitations. We're born with mental limitations. We're born with certain gifts, and it's how you apply them and which ones you discover. I think a lot about what your chosen field is. It's probably something you were reinforced in that you were good at. Giving
Right.
you your point, it's not like it was not anything you could do, but it wouldn't be like me trying to break dance. That would have been a bad career choice. That's just not. I would be filled
I'm
with
I'm telling you,
disappointment.
Dad, if you just apply yourself.
Exactly. I'd be that dad. Yeah. If you would work another hour every day, you could do that.
There's so many gifts I wish I had, and I don't think any amount of applying myself would ever get me to where I was trying to be in that. I could get better than I am at almost anything, I reckon, but to get to a place where I would feel like I had a gift in that regard seems like that would be an exercise in futility.
Mm, I don't think that's
Like
futile at
think
all. I think it's
think of
definitely something you ought to ponder.
think about like Wendy's pencil portraits. I mean, what on earth is going on there? I don't care how long I tried to learn how to draw, I would never be able to do that.
Well, there you go. I couldn't
And that
sing a
pisses me
song, or
off.
I couldn't play an instrument. If you started going on a list of things you can't do, I could beat the shit out of you. I'll tell you that right now. I got you.
Oh no,
And I'm not even
ain't no way
going to
your
have
list
to.
is bigger than my list. Ain't no way.
And the other thing is, I'm not even going to bring up. I don't even have to get into that category of things I used to be able to do that I can't do.
Right.
So I'm just talking about on my best day. There's so many things I'm not good at. It's amazing.
It's amazing. It's true. It's true. I'm right there with you.
All right, I'm ready to go.
You got your questions ready? All right,
No.
get your fingers over the keys, folks. Here we go. This is a lightning round, and this is
4 questions.
4 questions. Total of 12
Well.
points, so it's anybody's game here.
Who was the first American to orbit the Earth?
The first American to orbit the Earth. Glenn.
Yep, John Glenn.
John Glenn, Aaron, with the right answer. Yes. Turn that hard into some points on the board. Very cool. John Glenn, he walked on the moon too, didn't he?
I don't think so. I don't think.
Oh, you're
I'm not
one of those conspiracy theorists, huh? I'm just kidding. Ain't no way.
No,
No,
I
he
don't
wasn't.
think
He wasn't on
I
one of the
don't think.
moon missions.
I think. I don't know. I
Such a
think
famous
he
name.
aged. Yeah, you're famous for what I just asked that question
That
for.
was it. But he was the first.
Well, he was one of the first 7 astronauts, and
Right.
he became a senator. He was very famous in his time.
I definitely went through a phase there where I didn't think we went to the moon, and I could have proved it. I had the evidence. I had folders of evidence, doctored photos, eyewitness testimonies. Did you ever fall for a good conspiracy theory?
Um, I, I think some of them I found more interesting than others. I don't know if I fell for them, but I mean, I'm not that kind of guy. Pretty much,
Right.
kind of look for the holes in things, but most of those theories have holes, or they
Right.
wouldn't be theories.
Right.
Yeah, they're theories for a reason.
That's well said.
All right.
Okay. Question 2. Here we go.
This gentleman died last week. Who coached the only NFL football team to have an undefeated season?
Whoa. Who coached the only NFL football team to have an undefeated season?
He was 90 years old, died the other day. Good man.
Shannon says the only conspiracy theory she kind of believes is the fake Paul McCartney one. Did you ever experience that in real time? Did you ever have someone explain to you that
No.
Paul McCartney had died and was replaced in the Beatles?
I have heard that statement, but I've never heard anybody talk,
It was a whole
I've
thing.
never heard it. I've never heard any background to
It was all like the symbology of the Sgt. Pepper's album cover, and that was actually Paul's grave. Shula. Don Shula.
That is correct.
All right, Clayton Moody with the right answer. There's a lot of right answers in here, but Clayton got there just ahead of you. Oh, man, this is going to get exciting. I can already tell.
So there's 2 questions left.
Yeah.
Is that right?
That's exactly right.
All right, I'm going to pick one of these
It's anybody.
80s trivia questions that I would have gotten right.
Okay, that's good.
That's
That should be the criteria almost, or that you just find fascinating.
Yeah. I would not have gotten probably this right, but I think somebody will, so I'm breaking the rule.
Okay.
Who wrote the Bangles' 1986 hit, Manic Mondays?
It's just another manic Monday. Wish it was Sunday. That's my fun day. I don't have to run day. I wrote that. That's my jam.
Interesting.
Bill DeBlonk, is that your guess, or is that something else? Prince.
Prince is correct.
Oh, see, I think all right, we have to talk about this because he wrote Princeton Record Exchange. I have a feeling he was the one that had the auto that someone added something that Facebook added.
You just can't give him credit for that.
That's a tough one because I know that happened. He wrote Prince, and then Facebook added TON Record Exchange to what as he was hitting enter. Oh, it's a tough one. I feel for you, Bill. I think I'm gonna have to side
Bill,
with Dad on
terrible.
this. Yeah, he said,
Yeah,
"Damn auto tag."
I'm sorry.
That is obviously an auto tag. I don't know. You wanna weigh in here, scorekeeper? Thumbs up or down for Bill? Be fun to get Ryan on the board. Thumbs up for Bill. All right, I feel you. Yep. the vote that's reasonable. I know you're having an auto tag situation today. Poor Ryan was right there, ready to take those points. So is this it? It's all happening so fast.
Is it one more or two more?
I think it's only one more question.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
I didn't ever prepare a final question. So.
Yeah, there's got to be a way to turn off auto tag.
I would think.
You're just gonna have to look a little closer before you hit send. I know you're getting in there fast. I mean, you got in there first. You did get in there first.
All right, this is it.
Okay, here we go. Yeah.
What is the name of the fish whose eggs are eaten as caviar?
What is the name of the fish whose eggs are eaten as caviar? I think I know this one.
It's not carp.
Roe.
Row. No.
Sturgeon.
Correct.
Oh, and Ryan does get to get on the board. Yeah, buddy. Sturgeon is the answer. Can you eat sturgeon? Are they good eating?
People eat them. They ferment them. They pickle them, and they're a northern fish, and they eat them. They're not a fish you'd serve in a restaurant because they're bony.
I was going to say if they pickle them, they must be riddled with bones.
Yeah, they pickle them good, and then they're wonderful.
Do you like caviar?
Me?
Yeah.
I've had sunfish and bass eggs fried in cornmeal. I think that's the closest I've been to caviar. So I don't have an opinion.
Right. I don't really either. I haven't had very many experiences.
I've never
with it
had
at all.
caviar.
All right. Well, the scorekeeper has tallied up the points, and congratulations, Bill DeBlonk, with the win.
Congratulations, Bill.
Even with his autocorrect woes out there dragging him down, he persevered and headed the pack with 7 points for the glory. The glory is all yours, Bill DeBlonk. Everybody. Woo!
Go, Bill.
Soak it up, buddy. Soak it up.
Good job.
Oh, just breathe it in deep like the smell of a skunk. That's some healing love right there. That's the glory. That's all about you.
Thanks everybody for playing. That was fun.
That was so fun. That was really great.
Well, I think I'm heading out.
Thank you, Dad, very much for doing this.
Yep, it was a pleasure to see everybody again, and hope you have a good week. Good luck out there. See ya.
See ya. Oh, great game, folks. Tonight's episode was brought to you by Eat More Meat Products.
Eat more meat products. They're the finest meat products you can
Thank you, scorekeeper. Thank you very much.
49 varieties of lunch.
You did great. That was so fun.
For your lunch and treat.
get. Eat more meat products. They're the finest meat products you can buy.
That's right, kids. You've tried other meat products, but have you tried Eat More meat products? I guarantee you, when you give Eat More a try, you're going to eat more, because everybody that eats more, eats more. Eat more. No doubt about it. Tell your mom, tell your dad, you want to eat more for dinner.
49 varieties of luncheon meats, favorite meats for your luncheon treats.
Eat more meat products. They're the finest meat products you can buy.
Thank you, Eat More Meat Products, for sponsoring tonight's show. And that concludes tonight's episode of Okay, Google It with my dad, Mr. Moore. I'm Mr. Moore Jr. for now, signing off. See you soon. Very much fun. Thank you, Dad. Thank you, Kethra, for keeping score. Thanks, Pip and Percy, for passing by from time to time in the background. What a fun night. See you soon.